much for going over all of your medical history with me. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. I just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about why you're here. Do you know much about what the colposcopy is?
No, they didn't really explain it very well. Can you give me some more information?
Yeah, absolutely. So a colposcopy is essentially just a big microscope on wheels, and it's to look more closely at your cervix. The doctor will apply a couple of different solutions onto your cervix, and potentially they could be taking some small cervical biopsies as well.
Okay.
I have a little handout here for you on the colposcopy. It shows you kind of the pictures of what it might look like, and then the follow-up care as well. So what to expect after the procedure, when to call us.
Okay.
You need that.
Okay.
Another one for you there.
Gotcha. So can you explain a little bit? I know I'm getting the colposcopy because they found I had HPV, but I don't really understand, you know, like how I got it. I know that it's sexually transmitted, but you know, I don't know how I got it. And then they were telling me it had some relevance to my husband, but he doesn't have any symptoms, so.
Okay. Yeah, so HPV, like you said, is sexually transmitted, and it can live in your body for a really long time and not cause any problems. So it's quite possible that you've had it for years and years, and it's just now showing up. So your husband not having any symptoms, that's not unusual in this circumstance, because the HPV that we're testing you for in that pap smear is directly linked to cervical cancer. So that's why we check women and not men.
Okay. I know this is related to the pap smear results I had, so can you kind of explain, you know, what it was about the pap smear that required the follow-up for this procedure?
Yeah, so your pap smear showed just low-grade changes. So here's a handout for you on abnormal pap smears. So pap smears can come back as normal. They can come back as just mildly abnormal-looking cells. It can be a low-grade change, which is what your pap smear came back as. It could be high-grade changes, and then it can also show cervical cancer. So there's that handout for you there. So yours was that just low-grade, mild changes that they saw on that pap smear, but it does have the potential to progress to cervical cancer, which is why we want to take a closer look at it.
Okay. So obviously I don't want cervical cancer, so is there anything I can do to reduce that risk?
Yeah, so when we were looking through your history, you said that you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you got those HPV vaccines. Those are all really great ways to reduce your risks for cervical cancer. The only thing that I would say that you could work on is to stop smoking. Smoking in general is linked to all kinds of different cancers, and it can potentially speed up any cancers that might be trying to go.
Okay.
Is that something that you have thought about before? Is that something that you're maybe interested in talking about more?
Yeah, I've thought about smoking, and I've tried a couple times, but you know, wasn't very successful. So
yeah, it's hard for
Yeah.
sure. We have some resources that I could grab for you on some tips and tricks on how to maybe quit. I can let the doctor know that you're interested, and he can talk to you about doing a referral for counseling to quit if that's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
And then he can talk to you too about some different medication options as well.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. After I get this colposcopy done, what do I need to do afterwards?
As far as the results, so that's just going to depend on what the results show. If they see that those low-grade changes they saw on the pap is the only thing going on, then most likely you'll just need to have another pap smear within the next 6 months to a year. It just depends. If they see anything that's worse than those low-grade changes, then they might recommend that you come back in sooner. But we'll let you know as soon as we get those results in what the follow-up is. But it's definitely important that you do come back in for whatever the follow-up is, because we don't want to miss those cells changing into worse.
Okay, so I'll just wait to hear from you guys, and you'll tell me when I should schedule my next pap smear.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I know I just gave you a ton of information all at once. Can you just let me know that you understand the importance of coming back in and what you're gonna do as far as that.
Yeah, so you guys want me to come back in after the colposcopy, and you're gonna, based on what the test results are, you're gonna tell me when that should be, and then we'll kind of go from there in terms of following up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No, not right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you go ahead and get undressed just from your waist down. There's a sheet right there behind you to cover up your legs, and I'll let the doctor know you're ready. Okay?
Okay, thank you.